Guys, how are you? I hope you all are doing well at your homes and you all are staying happy as always. So guys, I'm back again with new interesting video for you guys, and today in this video I'll be sharing some important news about upcoming iPhone 14 models in September 2022. Where like since 1 year, even before launching iPhone 13, we are seeing so many rumors, leaks about iPhone 14, and like I have gone through all those, and I thought that I should make one video for you guys, sir, and we should talk like what we can see in the new upcoming iPhone 14. So if you want to know this feature, and if I know that you want to know this feature, like that's why you are watching this video. So without wasting the time, let's start the video. And before starting off the video, I would like to make a small request. It's small request from you guys that don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon next to it, so that you all will be updated with all the latest technologies news from the Apple at our channel. And in the upcoming week, I will bring some interesting video for you guys, and if you don't want to miss them, then don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you have done that, let's start the video. So upcoming iPhone 14 will be like that iPhone with the most awaited features from the Apple users. So now let's talk about those features one by one. So firstly, let's go through a display first point, because our display is that through which we used to connect with our smartphones. So this year Apple will be making some interesting changes in their displays, where it's not sure that first is notch, where it's not sure that Apple will completely remove the notch, or they will give the whole the smart hole punch display. And as you know that since I think after 2017, when Apple has introduced the iPhone 10, so after 2017 we have seen so many rumors, multiple rumors about the hole punch display, that Apple is testing that, but still we haven't seen it in the newer iPhones. But this year with the iPhone 14, we can see a hole punch display, or a pill shaped smartphone display, and in that we can see a new under display Face ID, where because if Apple will completely remove the notch, so they can use this new technology which is called under display Face ID in their smartphones. And if the Apple will implement this under display Face ID, so still it will be a 3D Face ID, so to protect your data, to protect your phone from the scam, from the scammers, or from different people. So Apple can give this feature in the Pro models, and in the base models Apple can still use the normal notch and normal Face ID scanners. And if we talk about second thing in display, which is there about the ProMotion, where with the iPhone 13, Apple has introduced ProMotion display for the Pro models, where you can where you will see a refresh rate up to 120 Hz. But this year Apple can implement this ProMotion technology in their base models also, in base model iPhone 14, iPhone 14 mini. So in the base models, you can see up to refresh rate up to 120 Hz, and the Pro models Apple can increase this refresh rate from 120 Hz to 240, or up to how many refresh rates they want. Still it's a rumor, or still it's a awaited feature from Apple to give the ProMotion in the base models. So we can see this type of technology in the base models too. And next we talk about our body designs. So, before moving to body designs, I want to tell you one more thing about display, is that in the displays you will see a major difference is that this year Apple will be implementing new OLED displays, LTPO OLED displays, which will be much better than iPhone 13. But we have to wait for that, and what Apple will do with their iPhone 14's displays and their new Face ID mechanism. Now if we move to second design, which is body. So in the body, Apple will not make much changes, where again you will see a flat edges, and you will see a same chassis as iPhone 13, iPhone 12. But this year Apple will completely remove the camera bump from its body, because with the camera bump, a iPhone, when we keep an iPhone on the table, then this camera bump moves the iPhone like this. So to completely solve this problem, and to prevent the cameras from getting scratched, Apple can remove the camera bump from their rear design, and we will see a cameras embedded in their body. So this thing Apple can implement and will implement, because these have been since so long we have been seeing these rumors, and this year it can be turned into a real project. So, and now if we talk about size options, so this year Apple will completely remove its mini version, because mini version was not that successful version yet of Apple. So this year Apple can remove the mini version and can give 4 sizes. one size will be of 6.1 inch as ordinary size, which will be iPhone 14. Second will be iPhone 14 Pro with the 6.1 inch display. Yes, as you know that since I guess that since iPhone 10s Max series, Apple has given like 5.8 inch display in their Pro models, and the Pro Max we used to see 6.7 inch display. But this year Apple can implement 6.1 inch display in the iPhone 14 Pro, and we can get two versions of iPhone 14 Pro Max, where like one will be of 6.7 inch display and second will be 6.8 inch display. And this year we can see storage up to 2 terabyte also. So we have to just wait that what Apple will introduce in the size options, but these are some rumors about the size. And second thing about design is that this year Apple can introduce a new titanium version for their iPhones. Like we used to see in the Apple Watch, that with the Apple Watch we see so many different options like aluminium, titanium, ceramic. So this year Apple can introduce a new titanium version for their Pro models. I don't know that whether Apple will introduce this titanium version for their base models, but this is for sure that for the Pro models you will see a titanium version. And next thing is that about cooling, where the design like Apple is testing some cooling system for their iPhones. As I know that Apple's chips are like very efficient, so like they don't need any cooling system, but still Apple is testing this so that maybe that A16 chip will be that chip which will be best in class and most powerful chip in the world. So that's why Apple is testing this cooling feature, but I'm not sure that whether we will see this cooling feature or not, like which will like prevent your CPU like from throttling and will give you the best performance. So we have to see this. And now if we talk about the last thing in its design is that Apple can completely remove the port also. Like we can see some portless iPhones, or like we can see some USB Type-C ports in the iPhone 14 models. But we are not sure that if the Apple will go portless, then there will be so many problems. And if you want to know those problems, then I will make a separate video for that, because this video will get so long and you will get bored. So to prevent you from getting bored, I will make this a separate video and I will tell you what are the problems with the removal of lightning ports. Now let's move to a next thing in the phone, which is a camera, where this year Apple can introduce some new features in their cameras as iPhone 13, where we can see a 48 megapixel sensor in the Pro models. We can see some improvements in the like in the other sensors. We can see a dynamic zoom or optical zoom of 210x, and like we can see improvements in ultra wide camera also, and like we can see some improvements in the LiDAR scanner also, and we can see an option of recording 8K videos in the Pro models. I know that Apple will not give a Apple will introduce a 8K recording feature, so they will introduce for the Pro models, not for the base models. So this like small changes Apple can do, and like they can introduce some new video modes, some photography modes for their iPhones. So like all these small things Apple will do with their cameras, and it's a big thing if Apple will do, so we'll get to know in the September 2022 Apple event. Now let's talk about the chip, where in the iPhone the most important chip is the Apple's A series, where this year Apple will introduce A16 chip in their smartphones, and that chip will be based on 5 nanometer based process, and that chip will be most powerful chip in the world, as I know, because every year, because like before launching of iPhone 13, like when we have seen the Geekbench scores of A15 chip, so A15 chip was much faster and very like the world's most powerful processor in the world. So with the A16 also we can see some new features in the chip also, which will implement with the iOS. So we have to wait for the Apple's A16 chip. And next we will see about the RAM. So this year Apple can give 8GB RAM option in their Pro models, and the base model we can see a 6GB RAM option. Now let's talk about some new features that Apple can give in this iPhone and Apple Watch, where with the upcoming Apple Watch Series 8 and iPhone 14, Apple is testing a new feature called car crash detection, where with the like sensors present in the Apple Watch and in the iPhones, both the devices can detect some car crash. Like suppose if someone is driving a car and like suddenly like their car got crashed due to an accident or like something, so your Apple Watch or iPhone like will notify your contacts like that you added in the emergency SOS contacts. So like those contacts like will be notified that you like that your car has been crashed and you need certain help, and those contacts like will get your location like where you are, and like so that they can reach you as soon as possible. So This is a new feature that Apple is trying to implement in their upcoming devices, and I hope that Apple will bring this feature, because this feature will be best in class. Because like if you wear an Apple Watch and if you have iPhone, so this will be the best feature out of yet. So I like if this feature will be out, so I will be very happy. And tell me in the comment section that whether you will be happy with this feature or not. And if we talk about next thing is that Apple will be improving its LTE connectivity, where this year Apple will be using latest Snapdragon X65 modem chips in their smartphones to improve 5G connectivity, to give better like signal strength, and like to improve antennas, so that like you will like the calling, because in the iPhone like we see so many different problems related to connectivity. Even in the iOS 15 also we are experiencing so many problems with the 4G, with the 5G connectivity. So like to solve those problems, Apple will be using this new Snapdragon X65 modem chips in their smartphones. And new feature Apple is testing is that satellite connectivity, where with the help, like suppose you are in an area where cellular connectivity is not there and you also not having a Wi-Fi, so with the help of this chip, X65 modem chip, you will be able to make calls with the help of satellite. Yes, this feature was rumored for the iPhone 13 models also, but this feature was not introduced with the iPhone 13. But with the iPhone 14, Apple can introduce this feature. I'm not sure that whether Apple will introduce or not, but this feature is very best if the Apple will introduce this, because something like some areas are there like where we are not having a proper Wi-Fi, proper cellular connectivity. So if this feature will be there, so we can make calls with the help of satellite to our contacts. So this is a great feature from Apple. And next, if we talk about Wi-Fi, so this year Apple can introduce Wi-Fi 6E like connectivity with their iPhone 14 models, so that we can get a proper Wi-Fi strength, Wi-Fi speed, and means best in class Wi-Fi with the iPhone 14, and like where we will see a new 6 GHz band along with 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz band. So like all the Wi-Fi models, or like all the Wi-Fi all the Wi-Fi modems like which support Wi-Fi 6E, so with the help of Wi-Fi 6E present in your iPhones, you can use 6 GHz band also. And next thing is that this year Apple can remove SIM slot. Yes, because like in iPhone, like in the iPhones from iPhone 10R to iPhone 13, like we get two options. One is one eSIM, and second we get physical SIM slot. So Apple can remove a SIM slot from their iPhone, and we can use eSIMs, like two eSIMs in a smartphone of any service provider. So this thing also can Apple implement in their smartphones. And if we talk about a launch date, so like launch date, as you know that Apple will launch their smartphones in the September after the event, and like their availability like will be there till October, till November. It will depend on the COVID pandemic, because like due to pandemic the like deliveries and the launch like can be delayed. But in the like till November, like till the end of November, we will see all the models will be launched to the public. So guys, these are all the things about the iPhone 14, and I hope that you like this video. And if you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe my channel, and then don't forget to share my video, so that if you are planning to buy an iPhone, and like if you are thinking about iPhone 14, so this video may help you out. So I will meet you guys in the next video. Bye bye, take care.